Duraludon VMAX in Expanded wasn't even on my radar. Then it went and won a tournament, going 7-1 and beating out other decks like ADP Dragonite. I was skeptical at first when I played it on stream, but then it just kept winning and I'm really liking it. At the start of the game, it's just your typical ADP deck. You attach Double Dragon Energy to ADP, use Altered Creation, you boost your damage, you take an extra prize card. After that though, Duraludon VMAX can just completely take over a game. Gmax Pulverization is boosted to 250 damage and it can go through any effects on your opponent's active Pokemon. Then there's the ability Skyscraper. This makes you immune to all damage from Pokemon with special energy attached. It's essentially a much better Xurkitree GX with 330 hit points and no weakness. And with so many decks in Expanded running special energy, that ability is going to come in handy, and really you only have to worry about Path to the Peak shutting it off. Obviously there is also the Garbotoxin Garbodor, but Path to the Peak is the main thing you'll have to worry about. And while I still think the Dragonite version of ADP is better overall, this deck can beat ADP Dragonite because they do rely on that special energy, meaning Duraludon definitely has a place in the expanded meta before it vanishes for a few months when PTCGO shuts down. Order Pad. When's the last time I saw Order Pad in a game? If they Order Pad for another coin flip card, that would be amazing. If you're still playing Order Pad in Expanded, type 1. Because I always wanted Order Pad to be something. It never was. You know, every time you go to flip that coin, it's like, nah. Oh, and they think I'm playing Ultra Necrozma. Oh, they are in for a very big surprise here. Okay, so I need... Yeah, I'm just going to ADP... Guzma and Hala, the Bellelba and Brycen-Man, and the Metal Energy. Go get Silent Lab. What tool makes the most sense? Tool Jammer doesn't really make sense. Karate Belt. Oh, so Karate Belt is what helps the Duraludon VMAX attack. Yeah, let's just go for Tool Jammer. But my opponent has no idea what's going on right now. So we will, actually, I should probably, no, I should put Silent Lab down. I should definitely put Silent Lab down. That just stops them from being able to play Dedenne and stuff. But they are not going to know what's going to hit them. I would obviously like to have a Duraludon V down right now. But they're playing checkers. I am playing chess right now. Because... the Jolteon is perfect in this matchup if I wasn't playing Duraludon. So Flash Ray, it's immune to basics the following turn. My opponent's going to play like, oh, okay. They're just playing basics. They just have Ultra Necrozma ADP. They might shut off abilities, but they can't handle Flash Ray. And then I'm going to drop that Duraludon. They're not going to be able to knock it out. And that'll be game. But I would guess they play something like Pikarom. And Leonad, it was from the Guess the Rare. So even if you don't guess the rare properly, you know, sometimes I just hand it out. Why not, right? So Green's Exploration, let's go get, I guess Nest Ball versus Seeker. That probably makes the most sense. Yeah, Nest Ball versus Seeker. Go get Duraludon. Hopefully they can't knock it out. Just attach there. I don't want to attach the Tool Jammer quite yet. Simply because if I attach the Tool Jammer, that kind of shuts off my plays. Okay, so just 3 energy on the Duraludon. No Double Dragon energy. They can't do anything about that. So what would be bad right now is if they Field Blower my Float Stone, because then Green's Exploration is cut off. But as long as they don't Field Blower my Float Stone, everything is golden. And then I just win. So if I don't see a Field Blower, That makes me think I'm not seeing a Field Blower, but they're bumping my Silent Lab. That is also terrible. So I'll just go for Guzma and Hala, and I might not be able to get my Duraludon VMAX this turn, which is obviously unfortunate. Oh, they didn't put Thunder Mountain down. That is a game loss for them. All right, so Green's Exploration. And Maverick Prime, thank you for the follow. Make sure you type Skies to enter the giveaway. So Evolution Incense and... do I have the Float Stone? I do have the Float Stone, so I don't need that. Research. Let's get Guzma. That seems like a good supporter for the following turn, right? So I don't think they're going to have a way to deal with this, and you can already sort of see why this deck did well. It's because of Duraludon VMAX. The ability is insane, and if they're not playing Path to the Peak, there's not a whole lot they can do to shut it off. G-Max Pulverization, 250 damage, 3 prizes. They have a heavily damaged Tapu Koko V on the bench. I can take 3 prizes with that, and we're good to go. So the reason, oh, and I just grabbed some greens off the prizes there. Silent Lab, that doesn't matter. I grabbed the preemptive Guzma. They can't do it this turn. There's no way they can knock out a Duraludon VMAX with no energy on the field, no ability to use Speed Lightning energy. I mean, even if they find 4 Electro Power, they'd still have to have an attack with 210 base damage to take the knockout. And Tapu Koko VMAX, that does 200. So unless they can find Tapu Koko VMAX, well, and they bench Pikarom, so that's game. Because even if they paralyze me with the VMAX, I can just Guzma out of it. But I guess what they could possibly do is Tag Bolt with a Muscle Band and 4 Electro Power and take the knockout. And that's game. Doesn't matter. I have game with Duraludon. I have game with Guzma. This was a great showing for Duraludon. And boom. Done that easily. This is a precarious position to be in. Okay, so it's just a water deck. I highly doubt that they're playing Special Energy. I will probably lose this game. Hey, there's the Special Energy. Calling my shots. So the Splash Energy, that could save me. That could just win me the game. All right, so Tag Call for ADP, Guzma, and Hala. I don't have a Duraludon this turn, though. So I don't want to ditch the Skyla. I want to... I think losing the Psychic Energy is fine. Is it, though? Well, let's get rid of a Metal and the Evolution Incense. Let's do it that way, because that way maybe I can attack with the dude. Okay, so we grab the Silent Lab. Going to attack with ADP. Hopefully the following turn. I don't think they can knock it out. Hopefully they're not playing an Enhanced Hammer or something. Because if they are, I am in big trouble. But what I could do is, if they don't evolve, I could Skyla for the Muscle Band, attach the Metal Energy. Okay, I see how this is going to work. I Skyla for Muscle Band, attach Metal Energy. That's fine. Keldeo, VMAXs exist now. Time for you to go grill burgers. Enjoy the burgers. Thank you for the gifted sub. Thank you for showing up. I won't be streaming tomorrow, so I'll be back on Monday at the usual time. Hopefully I'll see you then, Evie. All right. Skyla for a Muscle Band. Did I prize the muscle? No, I did not. So Skyla for the muscle band, knock out the Inteleon, take 3 prizes, wipe their board of energy, just attach a metal energy to that guy. Bellelba and Brycen-Man. Not quite what I need right now. There's a double dragon energy, awesome. So they are in some big trouble here. If they send up the Keldeo, I can just retreat and knock it out with Ultra Necrozma. So that's not a good thing. And Silent Lab's in play. So the Keldeo doesn't even have an ability. I am definitely... I'm coming around on the Duraludon deck. I can see the potential in Expanded. It's basically an auto win against Mad Party. It's an auto win against, well, I wouldn't say it's an auto win against Blissey because they do play Path to the Peak, but you play 4 Silent Lab and a Wondrous Labyrinth, so you can kind of maybe win the stadium trade. It's a little sketchy when you only play 2 ADP, 1 Ultra Necrozma, and then a 2/2 Duraludon line. So it's very thin and the prizes hurt. But Duraludon is just great as long as your opponent doesn't play Path to the Peak. If they play Silent Lab, totally fine. And is that a GG? And that's GG. So this deck has it all going. This deck, I'm not going to say I'm going to add it to the rotation of my top expanded decks, but it can definitely get there. It can definitely get there. This is actually not terrible. It's not great, but, you know, uh-oh. This is terrible. Okay, so I think I just go and get Bellelba and Brycen-Man. I don't want to retreat. I think I just attach the double dragon energy and pass. So this is actually fine. If they do knock out my Duraludon, I'm not in huge trouble. Because I do have the Rescue Stretcher, so I can go up with ADP. I think I can I forgo Altered Creation? If I forgo Altered Creation, Dragonite V is out of reach unless I find the Muscle Band. I can find the Muscle Band with Guzma and Hala, but I'm probably going to use Research next turn because that makes more sense. It'll be very interesting. They're going to have to pivot. They're going to have to pivot very hard and use Zeraora. So, okay, so they're not going for the knockout. That's great. I will use Guzma and Hala. I will go get my other Duraludon. So I don't want to show them the Duraludon VMAX. That is very important that I do not show them the Duraludon VMAX. So I have it be perfect. My deck is exactly how it should be. I have Silent Lab, I have Wondrous Labyrinth, I have Float Stone, I have Double Dragon Energy. Okay, so Guzma and Hala. Get rid of that. And I don't think I need the Rescue Stretcher. So I just get rid of those. Silent Lab, Float Stone, Double Dragon Energy. Okay, so Float Stone, Silent Lab. There we go. Double Dragon Energy should go there. Karate Belt should stay in my hand. Altered Creation. Okay. Oh. No, I kind of screwed up. I totally forgot about Alter Creation. So they're going to take an extra prize. So maybe I shouldn't have benched the extra Duraludon. Okay, so what has to happen is they have to knock out my ADP. I want them to knock out ADP, and then my research has to get me... It has to get me 2 Evolution Incense, or an Evolution Incense and a VMAX. You know, in the grand scheme of things, maybe I shouldn't have benched the second Duraludon, but if I don't bench the Duraludon, they could just knock out the first one, and then my entire game plan's gone anyway. You know, there was the thinking that I just use Ultimate Ray, but I decided to go with Alter Creation just because of the Dragonites, even though the Dragonites hurt themselves, but yeah. So I 100% have to get 2 VMAX into play this turn. Oh, no I don't. They did not go for the knockout. Okay, so I just... That is interesting. There's a nest ball. I do not want to use that. So attach the metal energy, put the Karate Belt there, and research. Oh, it's the version that plays water energy. How did they know? How did they know? Okay. Tag Call, let's get those out of the deck. I don't have Pokemon Ranger, so I could have won the game, but they play water energy. Of course they do. So I was not expecting that, but that makes a lot of sense. Instead of lightning energy, you play the water energy, or you play both. Okay. They do still have to reach 330 damage though, because I can Green's Exploration for 2 Evolution Incense. Okay, I mean they still have to do 330 damage. So I don't think they can do it. I don't know. I don't think they can do it. There's just an Evolution Incense in my hand. So let's go get... well, if I hadn't top decked that, I would have lost the game. So that worked out perfectly. Let's go for Seeker. Actually, no, let's go for Guzma, just in case. What's my hand? What's my hand? Comp Search, Guzma. Thank you for pointing that out, Enerjan. I probably would have missed it. So I do want to comp search away these guys in case they play like Mawile or something. So we got to get the Duraludon. Got to get the other Duraludon. Evolve both. There we go. So I do have the Gmax Pulverization. I think I thin out the nest ball because they could end me. I attach Wondrous Labyrinth, take 4 prizes, and we go from there. So the Wondrous Labyrinth, you know, could be a game-losing card for me, but as long as I have an energy in my hand or a Silent Lab, it's all good. All right, and Metal, I can actually send you the tournament. So it's the first place deck. It went 7-1. It's not my creation. So just head to the Limitless page and you can export the deck yourself and go from there. If I do win this game, though, it's going in the video. The Wondrous Labyrinth probably shouldn't have put that down. You know, they either can hit 330 damage or they can't. But that's not a Leon, so they would have had to use Leon and Muscle Band in the same turn in order to take a knockout. I don't think the Fury Belt gets there. I think they need Muscle Band. Either way, this is a great game. Yeah, they must have cut, I would imagine, Leon, or they just really went low counts of lightning. It could be, you know, instead of 8 lightning, 4 and 4. Okay, well, the Wondrous Labyrinth is done. That's fine. How much? So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 4 water. It could be 3 lightning and 5 water. I mean, they also added a Mr. Mime, so maybe they cut like Dedenne or something. Hold your breath. We don't know what's about to happen. I can knock out anything on their side of the field and win the game. It's can they do 330 damage? If they can't do 330 damage, it's game over. And it's game over. They couldn't do 330. Duraludon. And 3 Guess the Rares have already been redeemed. Don't worry, I'll get to those very soon. And they're playing the Spiritomb that destroys Mad Party. So it's a Karen and an Oricorio all rolled into one. And if I had to guess, I'd say we're facing either Leon's Charizard or ADP Dragonite. It is ADP Dragonite. Apparently people have been watching my videos. And they've learned that it literally is the best deck in Expanded. And even decks that should have a decent matchup against it don't really have that much luck. Alright, so a Tag Call, they're going to have a crazy turn 1. They're going to basically set up their entire game. And Spirit, you were unfortunately too slow. I will add one more. And I will say that only you can redeem it, okay? So it's Tag Call for Guzma, Hala, and ADP. So I want to ditch the... Just give me 1 second. Let me finish this turn. So what I want to do is Guzma and Hala away the ADP. And I guess like the Nest Ball. Sure, let's get rid of ADP and Nest Ball. Let's get Stormy Mountains. Let's get Tool Jammer. And let's win this game, okay? Let's win this game. Stormy Mountains, let's go and get Duraludon V. They're not going to do any Guzma shenanigans. I'm going to Tool Jammer them. I'm going to do that. Altered Creation. They have not used Altered Creation. So I think I'm in a good position. So they will try and go for an Altered Creation. They don't have a Guzma. That's really good. I want them to put as much Double Dragon energy on the field as possible. It says a problem occurred. Well, I'll make sure you do a Guess the Rare. Don't worry. I'll make sure you do a Guess the Rare. Maybe just refresh the stream or something. There's Altered Creation. I think we're good. I think we're golden here. I don't want to get anybody else. I just want to greens for my next supporter. So I think a Comp Search is a good idea. They don't have anybody in their discard, so... I mean, if I plan my strategy out a little bit better, I wouldn't have to do anything like this. So I'll be able to Ultimate Ray. Do I play Great Catcher? The deck does not play Great Catcher. That would be a good card to add. So I probably just want to get Evolution Incense. No, let's not get that. Let's get Guzma. And... oh geez, the game's getting mad at me. Let's get Guzma Comp Search. There we go. Not trying to stall. I'm just trying to figure out the best line of play here. So Mysterious Treasure away that guy. Get a VMAX. Evolve. Do the thing. Put the Silent Lab down. Ultimate Ray. Boom. And we're just going to be tanking with these guys. And they just put Stormy Mountains back on the field. Okay, so that was a waste. Spirit, don't worry. I'll make a special exception. So just when I can do it after this game, I will save you for last. So you don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You'll be totally fine. You'll be able to do a guess the rare, and you'll be good to go. And how many entries are we at for the Gyarados? Because if I get to 100 entries, we're giving away 10. I'll give away all 10. I only have 10, but I'll give them away all of them if we get to 100 entries. So we're currently at 39 entries. Gulak, are you in chat? Gulak, are you in chat? Please let me know. Same with Cocoa Puffs. Because I have free codes from yesterday for both of you, for Cocoa Puffs and Gulak. You are? Alright, here's your free Charizard code. There is your free Charizard deck. Again, the free decks that I'm giving away are not these insane, oh, I'm going to start winning some tournaments, but they will help fill out some gaps in your collection, hopefully. And I think if you take out the reset stamp, they're expanded legal. And you're welcome. Thank you for entering yesterday. So Ultra Necrozma will never see the field. That is a terrible card to put down in this matchup because all they need to do is knock out a VMAX or a tag team, take 4 prizes, knock out Ultra Necrozma for 2 prizes, and that's game. So as I preach way too much, you have to count your opponent's prizes for them. Alright, so the biggest threat now is that Zeraora. Zeraora is far and away the biggest threat right now. There's Wondrous Labyrinth. That is perfect. I will Seeker for the greens. So I need to attach the double dragon energy. I'll save the special charge. Seeker for greens. I think get Max Potion Guzma. Oh, right, Skyscraper's an ability. Whoopsie. I mean, I know nobody's ever seen me make a misplay before, but that one was kind of major. And Max Potion was prized anyway. See, never punished. I mean, technically I was punished, but the card I wanted wasn't even in the deck, so it's not a big deal. They would have to do a lot. They would have to do a lot of things to be able to knock me out. They would need Leon, Muscle Band. They've already done Ultra Creation, so they would need... They have to attack with this guy, which they can't do because of Skyscraper. So their only attacker at this point right now, oh jeez, is Zeraora. Because that's the only one they can get the energy on. The Dragonite V cannot attack unless it uses Shred. But they can't use Dragon Gale because they're not using water energy. So this is the whole reason why Duraludon VMAX can be really good, is because you can't be damaged by double Dragon energy. So this is the reason why I won that tournament, is because it's a positive matchup against Mad Party. It's a pretty much a positive matchup against ADP, as long as your opponent doesn't Guzma your V on freaking turn 1. And just any other special energy that's in the format you're good against. So right now, Zeraora is the only problem. I knock out the Zeraora. And there's a Marnie. Okay, so the Max Potion is going away. But the Zeraora is the only problem, and if they come up and attack me with Zeraora, I win. So there's nothing they can do to win right now. I think I have a game lock. The only way they could do this is if they Ranger me. If they use Pokemon Ranger, yeah, they had nothing. Because Zeraora would be able to hit into me, but I have the 330 hit points. Zeraora would do 240 after Muscle Band. So Zeraora does 240, that's not a knockout. Gmax Pulverization knocks out a Zeraora. I take 3 prizes, I win the game. So I just put them in a checkmate scenario.